Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Well, today we are doing a short hop in this beautiful classic 737-700, and doesn't she look gorgeous? Yes, it's an old 737 from PMDG, and they do a lovely job of their models and their planes. And although this is so old, I can't even remember when I bought it, probably 10 years ago at least, off PMDG. It is still looking lovely, and I've painted this one in my own livery in Jet In Airways, my own little virtual airline, and I've spent hours painting it, you wouldn't believe, and it's still got a little way to go. It's not perfect, but I'm pretty proud of it, and I really like the logo and the name and the and just the way it looks. Okay, and Jet In Airways. So today we're flying for Jet In Airways, my own little livery and design here. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you have anything to add, maybe I can improve it in some little way. Always happy to hear your comments. But today we're doing a little regional flight in this old 737-700 from Baltimore, KBWI, over to Atlantic City, which is KACY. And that's around about 99, I think it's around about 100 nautical miles, thereabouts. So it'll be interesting. I'm going to time the flight, see how long it takes to fly there. And if you'd like to load your favorite aircraft and fly the route for us and help me shift some passengers in this little virtual airline, that will be fantastic. Let me know in the comments how you went, how was your flight, what plane you used. And let me know how it went. Got a few clouds today, but a reasonably clear day, so we should have some nice views and everything as we head over towards Atlantic City. Now, unfortunately, I could not get the PMDG cockpit to work. I say I've had this file for over 10 years. I dragged it over into FSX Steam. But there's no way I could get the cockpit to sort of go or work, so it was a bit sad. So I have to use the default 737 cockpit for now. But that's fine. I'll still enjoy flying this lovely 737. But I love these views. When I go back to the view here, I can see the engine, and the detail on the engine is just fantastic. It just looks beautiful when the engine's running. It's really great. And I really do enjoy it. Okay, so I'm going to ask my co-pilot to go through the checklist and to get the engines all started for us today. So my co-pilot's going to do all that. He's going to get the engines all started and fired up for me. And what I've got to do is I'm going to put the ILS frequency into our radio. So our ILS frequency is 109.10. So I'm going to put that into here. 109.10. It's a bit tedious, this. There might be another way to do it, but here we go. 109.10 for our frequency. 109.10. There we go. And I'm going to switch that over to the active. And I'll switch the radio on so that I don't forget to do it later. Just make sure that it's on. Okay, it's on now. Now the heading for the runway for the ILS is 128. So I'm going to put that in here into our course, 128. One, two, 128. Okay, so I've got that into our course there. Okay, so we have all our passengers on board. We have our luggage all loaded securely. So I think we can prepare for gate departure now and get some pushback underway.
The captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign if you haven't already done so. we request that you store your luggage and take your seats so we can have an on-time departure. For those passengers seated in a designated exit row, you may be called upon to open that exit in the event of an emergency. Please notify a flight attendant. At this time, we also request that you store your electronic devices until we are above 10,000 feet. I will notify you when it is safe to bring these items out for use. If there's any question as to what device you can use on board today, please refer to the Once Before section of your My magazine. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you for your attention.
Forward boarding door has been closed. Once again, we do need all passengers to remain seated at this time. Please double check the security of your seatbelt. All electronic devices do need to be turned off and put away at this time. This does include all cellular phones and two-way pagers. Flight attendants, please prepare your doors for departure and cross-check.
Beautiful day here today. Really nice. Don't come to Baltimore very often, but it certainly is looking lovely today. Thank you, John. Wonderful job you did of the pushback, as always. Say hello to the kids for me. It was a lovely dinner the other night. Your wife's a wonderful cook. Yeah, we'll do it again sometime. Okay, Mike. See you when I get back, eh? Cheers. He's a good guy. We've been friends for years, old John. He's been doing that pushback, driving that pushback tractor for about 20 years, believe it or not. Maybe longer, maybe 25. Oh, I'm a bit wobbly with my taxiing today. Supposed to stick to about 15 knots, I think. Right, a bit of a wonky taxi, but never mind. Never mind. Okay, try and get lined up in the middle. Okay, stop there. Bouncing around a little bit. Let's just make sure our flight plan is loaded in. There we go. Flaps are down. Can we see those from the outside? Yeah, our flaps are down. Our trim is set. Flaps are down 3, I think. Yep. Flaps are down 3. Let's take up our throttles. I really love the throttle on Flight Simulator X. It is really smooth. See how I can control it? It's so smooth on my controller. So much better than Flight Simulator 2020. It really is. Gee, it's a bit short, that runway. Baltimore runway is a bit short. Gear up. Okay, let's roll out to the right. To the left, sorry. Roll out to the left. And Atlantic City, here we come. I quite like the simplicity of this cockpit. You don't have to change to look down, you don't have to hit a key to go over to another view, you don't have to constantly move your head around or move your controls around to view everything is just on this one screen, on this one part of the cockpit. You can see absolutely everything that your plane is doing, which it's not really accurate or authentic, but it certainly is convenient. I quite like it. And I'm not really a study level kind of pilot. You know me already from my other videos. I'm just a casual fun flyer. I just like to get in, depart and fly and enjoy the view, enjoy having some fun taking off and landing. So I'm just a fun casual flyer, really. So it suits me fine. And there's my Jet In Airways 737-700 looking beautiful, I gotta say. Okay, let's go over to the autopilot. Let's put the flight director on, auto throttle on, altitude hold. You better set the altitude. Set it at 9,000 feet for now. I don't think we're going that far. It's a very short hop, so don't really need to be that high up. Speed, we'll set our speed around about 200 knots, I think. Maybe to 240. We'll flick our heading over to GPS. Navigational hold, switch on. Autopilot master on. And I don't think there's a heck of a lot more to do. Apart from sit back and enjoy the scenery. Beautiful views coming up here through the clouds. Look at that. That is lovely, isn't it? Despite the age of the game, the age of this plane and the age of FSX, it is still quite sweet looking. I still enjoy it. In all its simplicity, I enjoy it. I've been trying to learn to paint the planes in Flight Simulator 2020. I can paint the planes in FSX, but 2020 it is a whole new kettle of fish. I've downloaded a program called Blender, which is a huge program. I've got to say it's a very powerful piece of software, but heck, is there a lot to learn, a heck of a lot to learn. And there are other downloads, other add-ons you need as well to be able to edit and paint the models and the textures in Flight Simulator 2020. I'm not there yet. I'm probably about halfway, I think, but it's a very, very steep learning curve. It's not going to be easy. I think I'm going to prefer to find someone else who knows how to paint them and just give them a bit of a donation or a few tips and let them paint the planes, I think, for me. I'd like to have a Jet In Airways 737 painted in my livery in Flight Sim 2020, but if I can find someone who can paint planes, maybe we can do some business. If you know of anyone, let me know in the comments below, and we can connect up. So this is the livery. It's not a complicated livery. It's quite a simple livery. It's just a blue tail with a little logo on it and a bit of writing at the side. That's about it. It's not what you would call a complicated sort of a livery, really. It's quite simple, quite basic. Okay, it's a very short hop today, so I don't think we'll be up in the air too long.
Well, good day, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck. We're level at our cruise altitude, so I'm going to turn off the seatbelt sign at this time. So you're free to move about as necessary. However, when seated, we would like you to keep your seatbelts comfortably fastened for your safety. We just checked the weather and expect smooth sailing for most of the flight. So for the most part, we're going to stay quiet and let you enjoy the entertainment and service, and we'll be talking with you later on the...
Yeah, not that far to go. It's just a little bit of a hop. Won't be long, and I think we'll be descending down a little bit. I do have two screens operating, so I have one screen the same size as this to the right. So when I'm in the cockpit, I can open up the throttle quadrant or the GPS screen, and I can drag it over to the right hand side and just have it sitting there on the screen on the right hand side. The overhead panel, I can drag it all over there, which is quite nice actually. But then you guys wouldn't be able to see it. When I'm recording my videos, you can only see one screen. So I've just left it where it is, so when I open it up, you can actually see what I'm doing here. Got some vapor trails here, looking really nice. That looks beautiful. Drop my altitude down to 3,000 on the altitude heading, altitude setting, and I've got 1,900 in my vertical speed, minus 1,900 my vertical speed there. So we are descending down now. Let me know if you're still enjoying FSX. Am I the only one? I'm sure I'm not, which is why I'm starting to record more of these FSX flights, because I enjoy it, and I know there must be a lot of other people out there who love FSX, who might enjoy this as well. It's classic FSX, I call it. My game and computer is not loaded and full up with DLCs and add-ons. I do have a few there, and I will show you those one day what I have, but apart from this plane from PMDG that I bought 10 years ago, and I think I have Captain Sim, is it? 767. Apart from that, that's about it. Everything is pretty much default and as it is out of the box, which is the way I like it. I believe the the more add-ons you have and DLCs they have, the more chance you have of crashes and problems and conflicts and all sorts of things. So I like to keep my flight simulator absolutely clean and simple, the way it was when it came out, and well, just simple and clean really, without too many bugs or problems, or so I don't have to spend hours and hours trying to fix problems. I just like to get in it and fly, basically. And it's the same with my Flight Sim 2020. I haven't got all the DLCs added or all sorts of things added. I have a few planes from the marketplace, and that's about it. I've kept everything pretty much stock standard, and that's the way I will be keeping it, I'm sure. Okay, I'm down to 2,900 feet, so I'm going to start dropping my speed as I get closer to my final approach. Bring my speed down to 170 at the stage. Coming in low and slow to Atlantic City. Lovely scenery too. Okay, I'm going to switch over to navigation mode and let my plane make some adjustments to line up the ILS. Got my diamonds appearing here, so that is a good sign. Lovely autumn colours with these trees. I didn't notice the season when I was setting up the flight plan or the weather, but definitely looks like autumn colours here. Doesn't that look beautiful? That looks really nice. I remember I bought this 737 PMDG probably over 10 years ago. It arrived in the mail, believe it or not, in a package on a CD. And it came with a 747. It came with a Beechcraft 1900, which I've still got installed actually. And I've got it painted in my colours. So it was the 737, the 747 and the Beechcraft 1900 came on a CD. I really remember that, and it was pretty exciting getting that in the mail. Man, that was a long time ago, right? I'm going to take a photo of that because that looks just lovely. Okay, coming around now. Yeah, so there's a blast from the past. That's how old this model is from PMDG. That's how old I am. That's how old Flight Sim X is. FSX. It is ancient. But the gameplay is still good. And the gameplay, believe it or not, is not that much different from Flight Sim 2020. Sure, the eye candy is a lot better and a lot different, a lot more detail and everything, but the actual gameplay, if you've got a good add-on, some really good planes you've added on to FSX that are a bit more study level, like the PMDG models and some of the others, you've got just as much gameplay in FSX as you have in Flight Sim 2020. It's just the graphics and the eye candy and things like that that are different. Okay, so we're coming around now to line up the ILS approach. And of course, I think a lot of people are sticking with FSX because they don't have the machine to run Flight Sim 2020. Not everyone wants to lash out and spend megabucks on a machine that's powerful enough to run a flight sim game. You know, it's a lot of money to fork out. And if you're still having a heck of a lot of fun with FSX and you're enjoying it, then why the heck would you? Just stick with something that works well on your old machine. It runs smooth, it runs well, you're having enjoyment, the gameplay is good. Yeah, you don't really need to fork out megabucks on a powerful new computer to get Flight Sim 2020. Okay, so we're getting this diamond in the middle now, and we're just waiting for that other diamond to come down. And we've got a bit of rain here by the look of it. I can see some water on the screen rushing past the camera there. I wonder if we're getting a bit of rain. I love that fly past view, which is something you don't get in Flight Sim 2020. You don't get that flyby view, which is something I really like. Okay, that diamond's coming down. I've hit approach hold. Okay, I'm sitting on 160 knots. Should I be slower? I get the feeling the plane's going to stall or do something crazy if I come down under 150 knots. I don't know if that's normal for the 737-700. Like I was saying, on 737 MAX in 2020, I can come in at 135 knots, full flaps, and the plane just sits there beautiful. But under 150 knots here, this 737 looks a little bit, seems to be a little bit unstable. But we'll try it out today. We'll see what happens though. I'm down at 150 knots now. I'm not quite brave enough to drop it lower than that. And you can see on this display here the stall warning. The stall warning display, the red lines are sitting at 130 knots. So it can't really come down a lot further. I like the fact you can push W and get rid of the control panel and just see straight out in front of you. That's a great. I don't think you can do that on Flight Sim 2020. But it's really nice to do that for you when you're landing, because otherwise you're sort of stuck in your seat and you can't put your head up over the cockpit. Okay, I'm getting ready to turn off the autopilot soon. There she is, coming in and looking beautiful. It's a beautiful model, this 737-700. Look at that. That just looks amazing. Okay, let's turn off the auto throttle, the autopilot. For some reason my speed brakes are not coming on. There we go, they're coming on now. That's the terminal, guys. That little square box or building over there is the terminal. You can see the raindrops and the effects on the glass. It's quite nice. On the 2020 737, there is no water effects on the windscreen at all. And I don't think this one is actually that great either, but at least there's something there. Well, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting it to be raining. I wasn't expecting it to be raining here. I knew it was a bit cloudy, but really didn't expect rain. Okay, welcome to Atlantic City. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. A little bit of a blast from the past there. If you used to use FSX but you only use 2020, a little bit of a blast from the past. But I still enjoy it. I still enjoy this old classic game. And if you're still playing FSX and you're still loving it and enjoying it, let me know in the comments. What are your favourite planes? What are your favourite DLCs or add-ons? I'm enjoying it so much, I just may do some more flights with this Jet In Airways 737. Do a few more regional flights with it. Okay, thanks for following along, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you soon, eh? Take care. Stay safe, everyone. Cheers.